Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm going to bring you guys along for a week in my life as a broadcasting and video production student at Conestoga College. Let's go! Our week starts off on Wednesday. My first class was online, so I started the morning by editing one of my assignments that was due on Monday. This assignment was for my produced performance class where we have to create a digital show of some kind. The show has different segments like news, headphone game, and the what's in the box game. I was put in charge of editing it, so here I am just adding the transitions and music. Then I had a Zoom call with my teacher about my progress in my capstone course. In this class, I have to create one long documentary or 4 short documentaries. I'm doing the 4 short documentaries on social media and how different businesses and companies use it to connect with their clients. Here I am just giving the progress that I've made on my second one and showing it to the teacher. Whenever I leave the house, I like to make sure I bring my MacBook Pro. This is the one with the M1 chip, and I love this laptop because of how light and powerful it is. But most importantly, the battery life lasts my whole day, about 18 hours on average, which is crazy for laptops. Then I pack up my Beats Studio Pro. I love the case a lot because it comes with little pouches inside that gives me room to hold the cords. Next is my iPad Pro. I don't really bring this thing with me all the time, but I use it when I want to be holding documents or times where I need something bigger than my phone, but not as big as my laptop. Today I was using it to hold my notes about the Waterloo Region Police Service interview I was doing. Then I have an electronic battery bank. This is really cool because it has 2 wireless chargers for my phone, AirPods, and Apple Watch, and has USB-C out for my laptop and iPad. Then I also have my SanDisk SSD. I store my projects and I edit straight off of this thing. It's fast, light, and durable. I used to carry around my hard drive, but I always got scared of dropping it and breaking it, so that's why I really like having this thing to carry around. Then I have some chargers and adapters and my water, and we're good to go. My first stop is Conestoga College to pick up some equipment that I needed, and I was good to head out for my shoot at the Waterloo Region Police Services. But we talked about different projects they're working on, their choice to turn off commenting on their platforms, and different ways they connect with their audience through these online medias. After that, they invited me to sit in and record an interview they were doing with Rogers TV about the Special Olympics. After that, I shot some B-roll outside, I got home, did my file transfer, and that was it for Wednesday. On Tuesdays, I work at a local cafe in the mornings. I really like working in the mornings because all my classes are in the mornings, but it also helps me to get out of bed because I would just sleep in if I wasn't working in the morning. I'm in charge of preparing everything and making sure everything is turned on. Because this is a fast-paced environment, I didn't have a lot of time to record B-roll. But after working on Tuesday, I went for an afternoon walk. I like to go for walks as much as I can. It helps me to be active and reflect on my day. I also like having an Apple Watch to track my steps and my walking trends and how they change over time. But after I got back, I finished the script for one of my other videos. Being a student and writing scripts and just keeping track of notes and everything, I like using Notion for this. It syncs between devices, so it's on my iPad, it's on my Mac, it's on my phone, and I really love how Notion lets you organize your files and all your notes and everything. But once I was done the script, I was ready to record my video. I still had all of the equipment from my interview with the Waterloo Region Police Services, so I took advantage of having the better equipment to record my video. My notes were automatically on my iPad, so all I had to do was open it up and record. Then I transferred all of my files to my SSD, and that was it for Thursday. On Friday, I had to bring back all my school's equipment, so I packed it all up, got it ready, and put it in the car. I love having access to all this high-end equipment through my program at Conestoga College, but I'm never not tired of walking all this production equipment across the campus. But first world problems, right? After bringing it all back, I had some time to kill before my class, so I went up to the library to do some editing. I love Conestoga's library. There's so much open space, and everyone does a pretty good job of staying quiet. So I got some work done on my Vision Pro video, then I left for my photography class. My photography teacher is also my digital media teacher who's marking this video, so I must say, she's absolutely the best teacher I've ever had. She's so nice, she's so caring, and such a joy to have in my life. But in this class, we were learning how to cross-edit photos through Lightroom and Photoshop. This class was all about editing lifestyle photos and how to control color, lighting, and just the way the image looks. But after class, I went home and did some final editing for the day. I like to keep things interesting and do my editing in different spots, so this time I stayed in our living room to edit. I started off with doing some editing on my capstone video about Uptown Waterloo that's due next Wednesday. Overall, I love the way this is turning out so far, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. The person I was interviewing had some really good talking points, and I ended the day with doing some file organization for all the B-roll I shot for this video. I created notes and folders for all of the B-roll I shot. One of the things I love about the iPhone 15 is how easy it is to make these kinds of videos with this year's edition of USB-C. I can just plug my SSD into my phone and transfer the files directly onto it. Or I can record video straight to the SSD. This is game-changing for mobile video production, and I don't miss having to upload everything to either iCloud or Google Drive. But that was it for Friday. So Saturdays are very similar to Thursdays in the sense that I work. So again, I head over to the cafe I work at and I did my morning prep. This is probably my favorite part of the shift because it's predictable, relaxing, and quiet. Again, it's a fast-paced environment, so I didn't get any shots of me working, but here are some pictures of lattes that I've poured. But after work, I went for another walk. I told you, Thursdays and Saturdays are pretty much the same thing for me. But it's important to stay active and just give yourself time to relax. After my walk, when I get home, I do some more editing. Today I was working on my capstone project and I was focusing on the interview audio and doing a rough cut of the project. After I finished my editing, that was it for Saturday. On Sundays, I help produce the YouTube live stream for my church. This is something I have a lot of fun doing and I do it almost every Sunday. So normally I have 2 camera operators, but this week we only had 1. So we had to be more creative with the kinds of shots we got. We ended up setting up a static camera at the front, right beside the keyboard player. And then we had the camera person at the back, getting more motion shots than usual. And then after the worship, the pastor came out to preach, and this part is a lot easier. We just lock off the cameras and then I switch in between the 2. Then after church, I head home to do some more editing. This time I was focusing on my Vision Pro video. I was adding the final B-roll, I was adjusting some colors, I was playing with the audio and just doing the final touches kind of. Like I said before, I like doing computer work in different areas. So I picked up a friend and we headed over to a coffee shop, and then I did, you guessed it, more editing. When I was here, I was just reviewing my Vision Pro video and then making sure everything was perfect, and then I exported it. After that, I did some more work on my produced performance video, and then I did some more work on my second capstone interview. Then I ended off my editing session by preparing the DaVinci Resolve file for this project I'm making right now. I do this by creating different bins and timelines for each day of this vlog, and this helps me stay organized and be more efficient when editing. Now, I'm gonna throw it to Future Josh for a little bit just to talk about editing in DaVinci Resolve and how I have the file structure for this video set up. And that was it for Sunday. Alright, so I'm almost done editing this video, so I'm going to show you my DaVinci Resolve workflow and kind of how I have it set up. So you can see over here, I have each day, and each day has its own file. So this is my Friday, and here I have all of Friday's B-roll. This is my A-roll for Friday, and then this is the timeline. So if I double click, you can see this is the timeline I have set up for Friday. So I have all of my clips here, and I have all of my B-roll put in here. And then the orange clips over here, if I turn this off, you can see this is a part where I'm not looking at the camera. So I've set aside each time I'm not looking at the camera to know I have to be covering that part with B-roll. Up here, if I go to the master, I can go here, and this is my master timeline. So this is where each day comes in as its own file. So over here, if I go to Thursday, for example, and I pull down this timeline, I can just place the timeline in this master timeline, and that helps me stay organized. So each file of these on its own has its own B-roll, has its own A-roll, and just is its own timeline inside of this master timeline. And doing it this way just helps me to stay organized, especially when I'm doing a video like this that has so much B-roll. It would be a mess if I didn't do it this way. This doesn't work for everyone, but it definitely works for me. On Monday, I have my live and my produced performance classes. Today we were just planning our future produced performance video. Planning for our next video, we were talking about different themes, different segments, different ideas we have for the video. Then after my class, I head over to Starbucks to write the script for this vlog that I'm making right now. After finishing up the script at Starbucks, I headed home to record the vlog that I'm doing right now. Now that I'm done recording this part of the video, I'm gonna start editing it, and then that's it for my week. I really hope you enjoyed watching this behind the scenes vlog because I really enjoyed making it. I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see some of the videos I was referencing, but that's it for this one.